Hey there, I'm here with James Combs, and James is, I guess, the mastermind of what's going on next to the railroad tracks here in Gainesville. James, what's going on here?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a multi-phase redevelopment of this downtown 5 acres between Scott Street and Broadway here. So we're currently in the old scale house just right off of Broadway, and are in the process of just converting this old scale house into a coffee shop. So that's part of phase 1, and then we're going to move further down each development and turn it into wedding venues for starters, and then hopefully some residential apartments in that 6-story tower that everybody keeps looking at. And then further down, we're going to have a coffee roasting operation, hopefully a rock climbing gym, and some agricultural things, potentially some restaurants, and like a food hall that we're going to set up in the 1-story portion. So it's going to be a really big project and a really big amount of effort to get this thing off the ground, but we're working as quick as we can to turn this little downtown area into something that you guys are proud of.
Sounds really cool. I'm really excited about all this. I'm going to turn the camera around, and then you can kind of explain what's going on here. So that's going to be the bar over there?
Yeah, so it's going to be like an L-shaped coffee bar. We're going to try to do like a pseudo drive-through / curbside pickup section.
Out the north door there?
Yeah, so you pull in off of Broadway and you can roll up to the front, and then somebody will run up, similar to like Chick-fil-A where you have somebody with a tablet that'll take your order and then bang it out real quick. But it's going to be streamlined to be a pretty high efficient way of getting lattes and cold brew and drip coffee. All specialty grade and roasted with solar power, which is what we're known for at our current shop in Corinth. And then the rest of this will just be open seating so people can sit in and meet with each other once it's safe enough to do so. Of course, we're going to follow all the COVID guidelines for starters.
Yeah, and maybe a little meeting room right there?
Yeah, at least for us, we're going to try to set up a cupping room and then
put you back in the
tables and things like that. So it'll be a pretty simple little shop, but there's quite a bit of space in here. I mean, for coffee shop standards, this is a pretty big one.
Sounds pretty awesome. Now tell us what makes you qualified to do this?
Yes, that's a longer story, but
yeah.
I'm a QA replicant grader for the Coffee Quality Institute, and I'm also Alliance for Coffee Excellence certified as a Cup of Excellence judge. I'm an international judge for them. So what that means is I objectively just taste coffees for these institutions and set a score and a standard to it. It's 100 points total, and there's lots of criteria from the flavor and the aftertaste, the acidity and body and balance to the coffees. But they fly me to different countries, and then I'll taste about 1,000 cups of coffee in the course of a week, and we'll just blindly score them. It's a really process. There's a cadence to it, a flow, and it's really fun. But while I'm out there, I'll also source cacao, tea. I'm also SET certified as a wine taster too. So we've been working with all of the Arcade and Blue Ostrich and 4R on sourcing wines that we currently carry in our Corinth location. So we want to just kind of wrap all the different elements from what I'm doing and then blend it with the food elements of this community too. There's a lot of really special things going on in this town. We are good friends with Circle Inn. They sell our coffee up there, store up there, the general store, and we want to start using their milk to do lattes. We want to do charcuterie boards with cheeses that they have and incorporate some of the wines around this area, and just try to make it just an interesting place for people to hang out, but try to wrap the community back into it.
Yeah, cool. And you mentioned just barely your Corinth store. You have a coffee shop in Corinth.
Yeah, there's
not just coffee.
A roastery and cafe, but we manufacture chocolate there. We can sell tea and coffee and wine and craft beer and all the fun stuff currently.
And looking out this window, you can see the train station. It's just right there.
Right.
So we're right by the railroad tracks. And a cool thing that James mentioned a while ago, I'm not going to hold you to this, but possibly specials if you get stopped by the train, a special to come in and get a cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah, well, our thought is we can just turn you being stuck at the train into something positive. Everybody gets aggravated as soon as the train stops, and they're usually tearing through the middle of our parking lot and trying to just get through this. So we want to just celebrate the fact that you can stop and meditate for a little bit, grab a cup of tea or maybe a coffee, and we want to try to see if we can have an incentive where you get a discount when the train is stopped, and see if maybe we can get our car hops to run over and possibly hand out coffee and pastries or whatever you need in the street while you're being blocked up. We would just celebrate the fact that there is a train here, and it seems pretty annoying, but it's very frequent. I mean, that train runs by, we've counted 8 times a day easily, and it's without warning. So we want to try to just make it something that we celebrate and have fun, and it's part of this community, and we definitely think it's kind of entertaining just to see people stopped up, and they might be thirsty for water, coffee, or hot chocolate in the winter. We want to try to make some interesting specials and make it fun.
And you've counted 8 times a day while you were here.
Yes.
But I've been told like 40 trains a day come through here.
You know, that's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, it's a lot of coffee. So maybe a couple times an hour we get trains come through. So
it's frequent enough where, I mean, again, it's backs up right in front of our shop, and we love it. I think it's a good captive audience that's sitting there. So if we can help you guys, get a little inspiration to get through your day, and you can stop and be productive while you're waiting, then even better, right?
It's a great location, and if you're wondering why he looks all dirty and everything, he's working. He's working hard. I pulled up, and he was scraping paint. He's got a wet paintbrush out there, so I don't want it to dry out.
Hey, we're here almost every single day, just working away trying to get this opened up. We're really hoping we can at least do like a soft opening for a curbside pickup by October is the goal. So we're trying really hard. If we can get the plumbing and electrical rigged up by then, I think we could probably hit that target. So we're trying really hard to get this open and let people start appreciating this space again. Everybody's been staring at it for decades. And there hasn't been a whole lot going on that's been positive. So we're going to try to make it just a really entertaining mixed-use space. So
awesome.
hang in there,
Yeah, can't wait. A couple more weeks, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for doing this for us, James, and thanks for developing this whole.
This is
thing.
fun. I've been dreaming of
awesome.
something like this for a while.
I'm really excited. I know my wife is too. So awesome. So have a great day, everybody, and come see James. Trying to take too much of his time while he's working to open up.
We're gonna get there.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.